going on, guys? It's what we've been all been waiting for. We got a 13-game slate, one game per lock with a few pivots on every single game. I got y'all today. I'm Room from Elite Line Sports. Let's get into it, man. We got a big video ahead of us. We got a big slate ahead of us. If you're playing DFS like me, you're gonna want to listen to some of these picks, and let's just get into it. First off, we got KPJ for the Bucks. I like him. His points over 19.5. Pretty simple. They kind of played yesterday or 2 days ago. Literally today's the 11th. They played like the 9th. So it says here that literally he scored 28 points. And Ryan Rollins was a little bit into foul trouble. So I like his points. 19.5 seems pretty doable. They kind of upped it. Now it's 20.5. So make sure y'all book that. Pivot to this game, I would say, is Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins got into foul trouble. The defense first positions looks very good. 26 out of 30, 23 out of 30, having a guard, the P&L ball handler. Literally, this looked so good, and I had Ryan Rollins touching his points, but he got into foul trouble and he scored 14. So I kind of like him to run it back. So that's the pivot here. If Ryan Rollins is out, just go with the main leg, Kevin Porter Jr. Next up, we got the Hawks and the Hornets. We got Kneppel. Miles Bridges is suspended for about 4 games. They're definitely going to need some scoring. Kneppel, they have played recently 3 times now. Kneppel, first 2 games, 28. Literally 23 points. So the line is at 20.5. He's been killing it. Literally, the Hawks are 28 out of 30 having to guard Kneppel's positions. So, I mean, hey, Con has flourished literally in almost every spot here. I think he's Rookie of the Year. I just think you got to have to, go ahead and just take his 20.5. This is by far his highest point total, but I do think he gets there. They just played not too long ago, February 7th, and he scored 23. Other 2 times, 28, 28. So, you kind of have to go Con here. The pivot here is Jalen Johnson's PRA. Jalen Johnson has been a monster over these past 4 games. Look at here, 54, 51, 53, 48. The line's at 42.5. It was 41.5. Now it's kind of going up. It's getting inflated. Hit rate, similar players is getting 2 over the line. Average difference is 8%. Hit rate is 8 out of 15. You got to love it, man. Just take Jalen Johnson. Moving on to the next one. Jalen Tyson for the Cavs. I like Jalen Tyson here because I understand that the blowout factor is here, but Jalen Tyson does run sometimes with the bench unit. The Wizards are literally ranked 24 out of 30, 26 out of 30 having to guard the spot ups, and 28 out of 30 having to guard the restriction area. Literally, they're 29 out of 30 having to guard shots within 10 feet. Jalen Johnson, 41% of his shots come from there, and 26 out of 30 having to guard the catch and shoot. He's 58%. Most of his shots come from there. Most of his shots come from being the spot up. 26 out of 30. Transition is 26 out of 30. 28 out of 30. I'm wrong. So Jalen Tyson points over 13.5. The pivot here, Jalen Tyson threes. I'm going double trouble. Jalen Tyson. Literally, the past few games, just look at it. Out of 15, out of the 21 games that we have here, he has hit over 2. Literally 71% of the time. Hit rate for similar players is 1 over the line, 41%. Hit rate is 10 out of 15. They're ranked 22 out of 30 having to guard the 3-point shots. And when he plays against teams like that, he's 9 out of 13. So literally, Jalen Tyson, I think everything about Jalen Tyson today. If you like the points, take the points. If you don't like the points, take the threes. 2 seems very doable, very easy to get. So I like Jalen Tyson here, even in the blowout factor. Next up, I'm staying away from the Pacers and the Nets. Don't like that game because Pacers just played OT game versus the Knicks, and they pretty much won that game. So I think they're resting most of their starters, as I said here. So yeah, I'm kind of staying away from this game, but I got y'all with the other ones. Bulls and Celtics. They just traded Anthony Simons, but I like Jaylen Brown here with the points over 29.5. I understand that the blowout factor is there, but the Bulls have been competing lately. I don't know if you've been paying attention to these games. They have a whole bunch of ball handlers, a whole bunch of guys that can get to the rim, and they've been very competitive. Buzelas, Simons, Colin Sexton has been a dog, Ivy, literally they've been all getting after it, and I think the Celtics have been a little bit struggling lately, so I'd like Jaylen Brown to get over 30 points, easy here. Hit rate for similar players, again, almost a 1 over the line, 3%, 3 out of 5, De'Aaron Fox have hit it, Jalen Brunson hit it twice, and literally, I know that they're top 8, but they're going to need Jaylen Brown here, especially. I think he's going to show off some all-star numbers here, especially on this 13-game slate, so you just got to just take Jaylen Brown's points. Pivot here in this game is Anthony Simons. Simons just got traded. He knows pretty much exactly how to play against the Boston Celtics. I understand that the hit rate here doesn't look too high against similar players, but listen, he's been throwing up shots these past couple of games with his new team. So they're going to need him. I like his threes, though, but I'm just going to take his points. The threes look beautiful. Just look at the similar players for the threes, 48%, almost one over the line, 6 out of 9. Malik Monk, Tyler Hero, Quickly, and George. But 4 is a little bit too much for me. I'm too scared to even touch that. 24 out of 30, but sometimes scared money don't make no money. If you guys want to take that, take the threes. But I like the points here. 18.5 seems very doable. 23, 15, 22, 27 with his whole new team. And you just gotta love it. Like, he's been 27, like, he's been scoring. And he's used to this. You know what I mean? He used to play on the Blazers. He kind of used to be the main star when Dame left. So with that being said, I like Simons to get 18.5 here, easy as the pivot. Next up, we got Raptors with Pistons. I like RJ Barrett here. RJ Barrett, he's playing against a team who's 30 out of 30 having to guard his position. The Pistons are very good. However, they're out with Jalen Duren. So they're going to need a lot of scoring from here. Just kind of want to pivot to RJ Barrett here. RJ Barrett for similar players, 6 out of 9, almost 1 over the line, 5% difference. When he plays against teams who is bottom 10 at having to guard his position, he's not at 11 having to hit his points. 17.5 seems very doable. Next up, we got Brandon Ingram's PRA. Now, again, Pistons are no slouch. They're still number 1 in the conference. I think pretty much with almost second with the best record to the Thunder. Pistons are very good, so they're going to need Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, when he plays against similar players, they get 1 over the line, 7%, 8 out of 15 hit rate. When he plays against teams that are top 10 at having to guard his position, he's 9 out of 13, so he loves the competition. He's good at that. So literally, I just think you got to book him. When he plays against top 10 teams that's having to guard the transition, he's 6 out of 10 having to hit his PRA. So literally, I like Brandon Ingram here. I think that's a safe play, but that's the pivot here in this game. RJ Barrett is the one that's likable. 30 out of 30 defense with the Pistons having to guard his position. Let's go. Next up, Josh Hart from the Knicks. No Angie, OG, and Anunoby, but Hart has a lot of heart. He plays a lot of games. He's just got a 37 PRA. He was balling yesterday, but I think that continues because Josh Hart is a dog. Without OG and Anunoby, he's been killing it. He's 11 out of 13 having to hit his line. The line was at 24.5. Now it's 25.5, but I still think he hits that. But he's 11 out of 13 having to hit his PRA without OG and Anunoby in the lineup. And literally, they are 24 out of 30. I think this is the best bet, literally, of the slate. This is my favorite slate, my favorite bet of the slate. So you guys hammer this as hard as you guys want. 24 out of 30 having to guard his position. They have played against before. He scored 30 PRA in 21. So he's right there on the line of 24 and a half. So I do like Josh Hart's PRA. Pivot here is Jalen Brunson. The Villanova Knicks are basically playing back where they used to went to college. Mikal Bridges, Hart, everyone but OG and Anunoby, they're all back in Philly, man. So guess what? They're going to have some home cooking. I like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson to go off for his points. 26.5 seems very doable. He's playing against the Sixers, 31, and 22. 26.5 seems very doable. Like I said, I like it. And this game's going to be very competitive. I know he just dropped 40 last night. So I like him on the back-to-back. To kind of get it going, he has to start scoring, especially back in Philly, where he went to school with his buddies and won a championship. Now, next up, listen, we're taking so much little time with this because we got so much props to go through. So bear with me, guys. If you guys ever want to times 2 this or 1.5 up the speed, I think that's very essential to try and get all the picks out so that y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But listen, I got the data for you guys. Next up, we got Alperen Sengun. He is probable. That means he will play. They just played again last night. Similar players. He gets 7 over the line with his points. Literally. Jokic, bam. Jokic again. Porzingis, bam. Again. Literally. He just scored 22 the other night. And I think Tariq Eason is going to be out, as well as Dorian Finney-Smith. So without Dorian Finney-Smith in the lineup, he's 11 out of 21, 52%. He loves playing against teams that is literally bottom 10. If you want to move it down, you say, hey, 13 out of 21. Literally, when he plays 15 out of 30 defenses, I like Alperen Sengun as the lock here. The pivot is Jabari Smith. Is the rebounds. Literally, similar players get they touch the line, 3% difference. Hit rate is 3 out of 4. Literally, his line is at 6.5. The rebounds he got, because they just played last night, is literally 10. And literally, when he plays against bottom 10 teams, he's 10 out of 17. No, top 10 teams, he's 58%, 10 out of 17 having to hit his line. So I kind of like that as the pivot. Next up, we got Pelicans, Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy's been going off for these past couple of games. I think the past 4 games, he's been shooting above 50%. Literally, when he played the Hornets, he shot 10 for 20. 50%. He shot 50 for 28, 54% versus the Bucks. And he shot 9 for 15 at 60% against the Wolves. And he shot 8 for 15, again, above 50%. Didn't touch the line, but again, over 50%. So in the past 4 games, he's been shooting over 50%, and I like him to kind of continue that again. He's playing against a bottom, well, they're 19 out of 30 having to guard the position. When he plays teams like that, he's 11 out of 21 having hit his line. Similar players, I get it. 6 out of 13, just a bit under 50%, but don't let that shy you away. Trey Murphy has been balling. Pivot here is Andrew Wiggins. Again, he's questionable, might not play, so just kind of just stick with the main game. When he plays against top 10 teams, he's 7 out of 20, having hit his line. I do think that they need him without Norman Powell. He's been shooting 4 out of 8, having to hit it. He's literally, Pelicans are 22 out of 30 having to guard the spot ups, and 29 out of 30 having to guard the restriction area. So I think Wiggins is going to be key here. We've been riding Jamie Jaquez, man, but he hasn't looked anything like the part, man. And I just don't want to go back to Jamie Jaquez because he's killed us every single time. Like the numbers here look good. If you want to take the chance and go Jamie Jaquez for a third time, but we tried 2 times in a row and we just can't get Jamie Jaquez right. He's just not shooting, bro. I'm not sure if you guys are paying attention to the game, but bro, he's just not shooting. I don't get what's going on in the Heat, but his numbers look good, but he's just not hitting them. But I like Andrew Wiggins, 17.5. Next up, we got Ayo Dosunmu for the Wolves. Last game, he kind of went off. He played against the Hawks. He shot 9 for 13, 30 minutes. When he plays against bottom 10 teams or 19 out of 30 teams, he's 14 out of 13, having hit over 14 points. I think he's now getting into the groove, having a mesh with his new team, the Wolves. And I think he's going to be very crucial here. He's 7 out of 13, 54%, almost 1 to 2 over the line. Similar players. So I do like Ayo Dosunmu to get his points over the 21 games. He's literally been getting plus 2 points to what he's normally been getting. So that's the lock here. Pivot. Deni Avdija. Deni Avdija had a pretty good game last game versus Sixers, 27 minutes. I know he was injured, but he's just getting off the injury, so I think that was the warm-up he needed. So literally, Deni Avdija's numbers look pretty good, pretty doable. I get it. I like it. When he plays against top 10 teams who's having to guard his position, literally, the Wolves are 6 out of 10. 6 out of 30, which means they're very good. His hit rate is 64%, 11 out of 17. I think Deni Avdija's literally, they're bad at having to guard the PNR handler. They're 30 out of 30. They're the worst in the league having to guard the PNR ball handler. I think Rudy's legs is too slow. When he plays against that, the hit rate is 7 out of 10. That looks very good. Hit rate is a tad bit under 50, but don't let that scare you away. Still looks good, and I love it. Who we got here? Next up, we got Devin Booker. Devin Booker and the Suns. Devin Booker and the Suns, again, I don't like his points because there's a blowout factor here because the Suns are very much rolling. I like the assists here, though, because Booker has been passing the ball. They have played again before, and Booker has 6 and 9 assists. Now, again, on the back-to-back, he's 3 out of 7 because they just played yesterday. However, because they're top 10 in the league, when Booker plays against top 10 teams who do not allow assists, he's 7 out of 10. So I don't think he gets his scoring here. I think Dillon Brooks kind of carries more of the scoring load like he did yesterday. But I think he kind of gets his assists for sure. 6 is very doable. If you don't like that, just touch 5, depending on what type of books you guys are on. Pivot here is Isaiah Hartenstein with over 8.5 rebounds, which I like. They haven't played with Isaiah Hartenstein in the game, but when the Suns are playing against defense versus position, they're 22 out of 30, which is pretty good. When he plays that, he's 70%, 7 out of 10. So Isaiah Hartenstein has a very good chance of having to get 9 rebounds. In the past couple of games, he's had 9, 8, and 10. So, I mean, hey, bro, like literally the past 3 games, he's been feasting off of the rebounds. I like the PNR rate too, but at the same time, it's a little scary. So I think it's kind of safe to just kind of take the rebounds and just kind of pivot off of this. Now, again, you guys can do whatever it is that you guys want with this information. You guys want to do singles. You guys want to do round robin. For on my parlay, guys, I got y'all. So this is what y'all do. Touch these legs. Next up, we got Kings and the Jags. I like Yusuf Nurkic here because literally when they played against the Kings, they are 30 out of 30 having to guard the center, 23 out of 30 having to guard the PNR roll man, and I like the PRA for Yusuf Nurkic. 23.5 seems very doable. They're 30 out of 30 having to guard shots within 10 feet. Yusuf Nurkic is 84% out of that. When similar players play against the Kings, they get 1 over the line, 6%, 8 out of 15 for centers. Literally 23.5 seems very doable. When Yusuf Nurkic plays against bottom 10 teams who's having to guard his position, he's literally 8 out of 10 having to hit those. When he plays against PNR romance, who are bottom 10, 23 out of 30, he's 70% having to hit his PRA. So literally, these are high numbers. I like Get some Nurkic PRA. And Isaiah Collier literally assists because it's going to be a fast-paced game, and the Kings ain't got no defense. They're 23 out of 30, having to guard the point guards, having to get allowing assists. Now, because they have played before, he's had 7, but that was with Keontae George in the game. Now, when Isaiah Collier has been killing that, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but he's been killing it with these assists. Similar players have been hitting it, probably hitting it, or maybe close to one of the line, 13%, 10 out of 15, 67 hit rate. I mean, hey man, Collier's assists do look good. I like it. You guys should like it, and we should just keep it pushing. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's move on. And with Keontae George not in the game and he plays against top 10 teams, the bottom 10 teams are having to stop assists, and when Keontae George is not in the game, he's at 11. That's why the line's at 10.5. The books be paying attention, man. They be like, hey man, without Keontae George, and when he plays bottom 10 teams, he gets 11 assists. That's why the line's at 10.5. You know what I mean? Next up, so that's the pivot. Isaiah Collier is the pivot. Next up, we got Nikola Jokic, Nuggets versus the Grizzlies. They've been kind of win, lose, win, so they kind of need to get a game here. I don't like anything here but the triple-double. If you guys like touching triple-doubles for the past couple of games, past 3 games in a row, Nikola Jokic has gotten 1 triple-double. Triple-double. He's got 3 in a row. I'm pretty sure he could get 4 in a row against the Grizzlies, who are dismantled, don't really have much players, but they will run. So Jokic will get his rebounds, his assists, and maybe score at least maybe to 11 to 12, 13 points. I'm sure that his team is going to handle most of the scoring bulk because the Grizzlies are very bad. The pivot here is Julian Strawther. Love him, man. He's playing very good as of lately, man. The past few games, he's been looking very good. Literally, they're 25 out of 30 having to guard a position. Literally, that's good for Strawther. I like his threes as well. His threes is at 1.5, very doable. Similar players touch it, and they get 4 out of 8. Past couple of games, he's at 2, 4, 2, 1. Like, so he's taking these shots. Literally, the 3 points are 4 shots, 3 shots, 8 shots, 6 shots. Even with Cameron Johnson back, Strawther still is a playable. Literally, they're 20 out of 30 having to guard the position, and that's really good. In the past couple of games, he's had 2, 2, 1 when he plays against bottom 10 teams, having to allow 3-point shots. And then last but not least, listen, man, if you guys are touching every game, then y'all need some help. But at the end of the day, I got y'all with the stats and I got y'all with the numbers. Moses Moody is the lock. I get it. Moses Moody without Curry and everyone else, he's been pretty much the shot taker. He's shot at least 17 shots and 5 shots against the Grizzlies. 15.5 seems very doable. They're 28 out of 30 having to guard the position. I like Moses Moody to hit that. Literally similar players like him get 1 to 2 over the line. 19% difference, 53%, 8 out of 15. Very doable again. And the pivot here is Dylan Harper because of the blowout factor. I think he gets 12 in the past couple of games. He's at 15, 11, 9, 15, 20, 16. Literally, they're 16 out of 30 having to guard the position when he plays bottom 10 teams. He hits 10 out of 18. And when you drop it lower, 11 out of 21, over 52% still. But they're very bad at having to guard the transition. 25 out of 30 when he plays that. He's 9 out of 17, 52%. And most of his points come from transition. So, hey, man, listen. Dylan Harper is the pivot. If you guys don't like it, his line was at 12.5. Now it's at 11.5. So it does be changing when I do my research early on in the day. So with that being said, those are the games. Those are the legs. Make sure that you guys subscribe, show love. We post these daily, man. So, and if you like the breakdowns, the quick breakdowns, and the one leg locks, and all the shit that we got to do, man, make sure you smash the like button. And if y'all win something, man, comment down below exactly what leg, how much did y'all win. Actually, I don't really care how much y'all win. As long as y'all win and comment what leg kind of helped y'all win. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. And 13 game slate. Let's get into it. Take care, guys.